I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars. Dawn and I have taken to playing a little game on a Saturday night. Not like that.
Oh, I was just going to ask. So this is not not car podcast related.
It's not that sort of podcast. No, not that little game. No, an entirely different thing. Where we will alternately choose songs to listen to, music to listen to. So one of us will play a song, and the other one has to choose a song that kind of follows on for that. Either it's along the same subject, or is this, it's related in some way, or it has some sort of tenuous connection, and we just go through like that. And it occurred to me this week that because a few of them were music videos that we watched. Yeah. And it reminded me that there's quite a lot of music videos with some quite tasty cars in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm not talking about your sort of gangster rap with your Bentley or your Cadillac Escalade and all that nonsense. I'm
a bit lacking on that in terms of knowledge.
A little bit more tasteful than the old bling bling.
Spoken like a true gangster.
Oh, I'm all over that, mate. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Me gold chains keep getting in the keyboard. It's a real problem. Anyway, I made a bit of a list because we like a list.
We do, and you gave me a bit of pre-warning, so I can.
I did mention this might happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a list, and I'm really curious about whether they're the same list. Really,
I am, because there's a good chance there will be one or two that I would be surprised if we have both chosen a selection of tracks which are entirely different. But let's find out.
Well, let's. I mean, please lead on.
Well, my first two are actually from the same artist, but they are they are very different. There's no particular reason for that. But I'm gonna lead in with one that you will immediately see why, and it's Mr. Sting.
Okay.
And it's his track Desert Rose, which contains a Jaguar S-Type.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, they're very good. But you'll be shocked. I didn't put that on my list.
That's not on your list. Okay. Very good. Well, it doesn't have to be.
I tried to be good. I thought, right, I'm not going to go and research. I'm going to try and do this from memory recall alone.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of... There was a couple of them I had to look up to get the exact model of car. But I didn't Google like cars in music videos or anything. These are all from my own memory, so they're all largely tracks that I quite like.
It's a strong start. That's a good song.
It is a good song and a good car. It's quite an early one in the video, driven by a chauffeur, a female chauffeur, inexplicably driving through the desert with him in the back seat, filming things on a little camera. I don't quite know. He's clearly being driven to some sort of concert, because at the end of the video he gets out of the car and starts singing the song. So
yes, God, it's been a while, but yeah, now you say that, it does ring a bell.
Yeah. There's lots of different versions of it, some of which contain the car and some don't. I believe there was a Jaguar advertising campaign.
It was,
the S-Type that used some of the footage. Now I don't know if the song came first or the advert came first, because I say I haven't done any particular research here. But there's actually, ironically, more footage of the car in the music video than there is in the advert.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I don't know why. But yes, it's a dark green S-Type. I believe it's an SE model, so not particularly posh one. But
do you think that's all Jag had lying around at the time?
Probably. It's an American model because it has the leaper on the bonnet, which the UK cars don't have.
Right, okay.
There's Mr. Sting in the back of it. Yeah. It's completely out of context, so I can only assume that he the music video came from the advert, because why else?
Yes, that
would it be
does.
there?
Yeah, it does whiff of a little bit of product placement and have some
Does a
money,
bit,
please. Yeah.
but it's still it's a good track. It's
Mm.
a very good track, and the S type being in the video only enhances it for myself.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be detrimental, is it for you? Good God.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Rather partial, as we know. So,
Oh, very good.
so there we go. That was my starter.
That was your starter. I mean, should we follow on from that? Because did you say you had another Sting video?
Yes, I do. And again, it's there are two different versions of it, with different cars. So,
Oh, go on then.
it's Mr. Sting again, and it's Stolen Car.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Now, that track, the original video for it, contains a BMW 7 Series. I'm not up on all my E numbers, but it was I think it was the first Chris Bangle designed one. It was not
Oh,
the is it the E38 that's the Tomorrow Never Dies one? It's
that's
not
right,
that
yep.
one. It's the later one.
Oh, it got a bit muntin at that point, didn't it?
The more rounded, more kind of city up one. Yeah,
Yep.
not as sleek as the earlier ones.
No, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, it's one of those. But he also did one where he does a duet with a French artist who I will probably mangle the pronunciation of her name. Mylène Farmer, I think is how you say it.
I wondered whether you were just going to go, sod it, Mylene Farmer.
Marlene Farmer, innit? Crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Farmer and our mate Sting did this collaboration on it, and in their video, which is in Paris, it's a Maserati Quattroporte.
See, now you're talking.
Which is it's a better version of the song, and it's a better version of the video.
It's a good choice, that.
Yeah, strong car action in that one. And at the beginning of that video, because obviously in the song he is a car thief, and he's going down a row of cars on this Paris street, and trying all the door handles, because I imagine that's how car thieves work. They just keep trying door handles until one opens.
Yeah, that's right.
I suppose there's any kind of skill or method involved in that. There's some Mercedes and I think a BMW that he tries the door handles, and then pulling slowly down the street is a black Maserati Quattroporte, which needs to be in black. It's the only color that car should ever have been available in.
Yeah, nothing else works. I saw a silver one the other day. Dreadful.
No, it doesn't work at all, does it? No, just doesn't work. It's no good in silver. It just looks crap. In black, it's a very color sensitive design.
Yes. Yeah, you need the sinister, you need the mafia overtones. Away you go.
Do. People think you're a hitman in that. They absolutely do. No question about it. But yes, it's a black Quattroporte in that, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's a really strong track, and yeah, really, really cracking car.
Excellent choice. Very good. I like that.
So that's my Mr. Sting entry in the list.
Oh, very good. Straight in at number one then.
Yeah, well, number two, technically. It's Popoloptabulous, mate.
Very good. Oh dear. You see, the two at the top of my list are from the same artist as well.
Oh, how weird. Okay, not Mr. Sting though.
Not Mr. Sting.
No.
Because I thought, well, no mention of music videos featuring cars would be complete without Jamiroquai, Cosmic Girl.
There we are at number 7 on my list.
Very good.
So that's our first cross. I'll cross that off.
Yeah, it was going to happen, wasn't it?
It was bound to. Well, of course, Mr. JK. What a massive petrol head.
Yeah.
I imagine the cars in the video are his.
Yeah, they were his. Because what was it? It featured an F40, a Diablo, and a 355.
A 355. That's right. Yeah.
And it comes with the amusing story as well that there was one of the cameras fell on the Diablo windscreen.
Oh no.
Absolutely smashed it.
Oh God.
And you can see in some of the scenes from the video that they said sod it and ploughed on, and they carried on using the car without a windscreen.
Really? Wow.
You can see him sort of wincing a little bit as all the shit is flung into his face from the road.
Wow. I've watched that. I mean, I've watched all of these to do my research, and I hadn't noticed that. But that's wow. What
Yeah.
what an awful thing to happen.
Yes, bit of a blunder that, but yes,
Yeah.
some excellent cars in that though.
Excellent cars, but there was bound to be with him, wasn't there? I mean, he's so legendary in the car world.
Yeah, he's a man of good taste.
He is a man of good taste. Yeah.
Mm.
Sells quite a lot, quite regularly though. His stuff is regularly coming up at the Silverstone auctions.
Yeah. But he's not overly sentimental, is he? He likes to try.
Yeah,
So,
he does.
fair play.
Good
I mean,
track. Good choice. That.
But there is one to follow on from that. Another Jamiroquai track, White Knuckle Ride.
Okay.
Which is it's a more modern one. I mean, I say more modern. It's probably nearly 10 years old now.
Right. That counts.
Yeah. And that features a purple Porsche 911 Carrera 2.7 RS.
That's very specific.
Oh, it's that one that everyone wants, the 73.
Okay.
Yeah, the video is shot basically with a helicopter chasing it. Pretty much, it's his usual fodder. Going right. Well, I've got expensive toys. Let's film them and a little sing song on the way.
Absolutely. Just like that. Yes. Well, as I say, they're bound to be there, aren't they? Because it's all he ever thinks about, really.
That's right. And as luck would have it, the 911 in question has just been sold.
Really?
It was in the Leonard collection on Collecting Cars.
Very good.
And it sold for lots of money.
Yeah, I imagine it would. Yeah. Well, the actual one that's used in the video, right?
The one used in his video. He sold it, I think, in 2016. I think he owned it for a few years.
So it's not him selling it.
No, but he's still obviously got his name appears in all the paperwork.
Okay.
And it sold for £430,000.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
That's not for us.
No, that's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, mind you, you said that nothing in that Leonard collection was for us. I kept an eye on all of it because it was predominantly Porsche.
Okay, but nothing there for
no bargains.
No.
It
would have to be quite a bargain for it to be for us.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything in there that selling the house would have bought. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah, We're not in the room, are we? Really?
We're not. Well, and interestingly, the whole collection of cars that were sold totaled 7.5 million. So, not for us.
Some tasty stuff in there, though. Yeah.
But I just thought that was a nice little segue for that purple 911.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely. Strong choice.
What's next on your list, sir?
Next on my list is a track from Mr. Moby.
Oh, Cheerful Baldy.
That's the fella.
Yep.
Yeah. And his track, We Are All Made of Stars, which is a good track. Now, in it, it's only on screen for a couple of seconds. There's no context to it. I don't know why it's there. He's wearing a spacesuit for most of the track.
Okay.
But sitting at what I think is some sort of hand car wash is Mr. Sean Bean sitting in a DeLorean.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's really weird. I don't know why it's there, but it is.
Why is Sean Bean in it?
I have no idea. He's just sitting in the DeLorean, looking grumpy like he does.
It's Moody.
Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's wearing a very nice, suit, and is sitting in the DeLorean. I believe it looks like he's filing his nails or something, but nevertheless, there he is.
Interesting. And you say he's
And
wearing a suit.
yes, he is.
He doesn't look right in a suit. He should always be grubby.
Yeah, black suit, slick black hair. Yeah, sitting in a DeLorean.
Oh, I suppose, mind you, if he's smarted up like that, it's like he's getting ready for court.
That'd be what it is. He'll have
Yeah.
bottled somebody in a pub, won't he? That's what it'll be. Yes. And they're going to have him up for it. Yes.
Would you like a little Sean Bean anecdote while we're there?
Always.
This is, I don't know the full story around this, but when he started to come to fame, he bought himself a BMW as a bit of a treat. This would have been the 80s, I assume. And
Peak BMW action.
But as it turned out, it was stolen, and as most cars were in the 80s, quite nickable.
Yeah.
And interestingly, he thought, I need transport. So when someone nicked his BMW, rather than doing something sort of more extravagant, he went and bought a Nova for £100 and used that for a while instead.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw that on the internet. I thought, no, I'll note that. That'll be an amusing one day.
Oh, that's wonderful. He bought a Nova. I can't think of a less appropriate car.
Oh dear, it would have been dreadful as well.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Nova.
No, not good. Well, for £100, you're not going to get a fancy one. You're going to end up in a Merit or something like that, aren't you?
Oh, it's going to be horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's going to be things in it. Yeah, for £100, that's not going to be nice.
No,
that's
that it's probably stolen as well.
Oh, most certainly. Yeah. He'll have bought that in a pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What a lovely Nova out the back, mate.
Oh dear. Yeah, so there you go. That's it's an odd segue, but there you go.
That's lovely. That. Yeah, that's lovely. Anyway, he's in Moby's We're All Made of Stars, sitting in a DeLorean. I've no idea why, but check it out. There he is.
I will go and hunt that down because I've never spotted that.
It's not on screen. You've got to pay attention. It's not on screen for long. The camera just sort of pans in on the car and in on him, and then it's gone, and it doesn't appear again. It's very strange. I have no idea what the context is, but there it is.
That's just weird.
Yeah, it is. But it's there. So check it out. Okay. I don't like to miss a DeLorean spotting. So
I mean, granted, that's absolutely fine. But to find Sean Bean in it is beyond weird.
It's very strange. Yes, you never know who's going to turn up in a DeLorean.
I wonder if it turns out that he's got one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. There are a few celebrity owners.
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I expect so.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as a DeLorean man.
He doesn't strike me particularly as a car man.
No. If I had to have a punt, I'd say he favours a motorcycle.
Yes, I would. Yes,
but that's pure fabrication at the moment. So
or a transit, a slightly rusty transit with a bit of a whiff in it.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I could see him doing that.
Yeah, well, some of the panels would be the same color as well.
Well, that's the only sort of spec they come in, isn't it?
Yeah, special edition. Yeah, you choose.
It's like a really
what color you want the doors.
Someone saw the Harlequins at VW, and someone at Ford went, "Oh, we can do that.
We can do that. Yeah,
let's just rough up a few vans.
Yeah, sell. Yeah, people will love that." True.
Oh dear.
True. It's an exciting special edition. Yes.
Oh dear. Yeah. But yeah, I could see him in that. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe some rolled up carpet on the roof.
Yeah, rolled up
just in case. just
Yeah,
in case, you know,
yeah. You
case
never know.
in case an incident occurs
Well,
that you need to take care of later.
that's it. Yeah, well, the arse has clearly dropped out of the acting game, so
It would appear so. Yeah. We're now down pubs, seeing what bit of business we can do. Yeah.
selling offcuts of carpet from a knackered transit.
Hey, it's a living.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm almost envious.
Yeah. So why didn't we think of that?
Oh, right. Should
Well,
we
that's
bring
sorted him out, hasn't it?
it? Should we bring it to another music video?
I think maybe we should.
Right. Okay. Next one on my list. We're back to the 80s for this one, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We like the 80s.
Of course we do. So one of my absolute favourites actually is Human League. Don't You Want Me?
Ooh, good choice.
Which features the Rover SD1.
Oh, of course it does. Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's lovely.
it's a good one. It's a strong track, and
Yeah.
it's just a good car as well.
It's
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, it is. It's a good car. Yeah, it is a good car. It's a brilliant car, but it's also not a good car.
This is true. But I mean, obviously, it's not. It's not strictly a car video, but it's one that everyone remembers. But interestingly, there is another car in the video.
Ooh.
Do you know what it is?
Well, I had completely forgotten about the existence of the track altogether. So,
Okay, probably not a fair question then.
no, I'd have no idea.
Well, no, because I mean, when you sort of remind people, they go, "Oh yeah," because you got the SD1 at the beginning, and it's at night, and it appears, and they get in and out. But in the background, there's a Saab 99 Turbo.
Ooh, that's a couple of good ones, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a couple of 80s treats right there.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Yeah, I thought you'd be
I,
all
I
over
knew I knew that there was an SD1 in there, but I had completely forgotten. So that's really good.
It's a, yeah, so, well, and like I said, it's just one of my favourite tracks as well. It's just the epitome of 80s, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, you say the epitome of 80s. The epitome of 80s also features in my next choice.
Oh, please do.
This is strong 80s action, and this is from Whitesnake.
I know what this is going to be.
Going all out here. Here I go again. 2 Series 3 Jag XJs.
Yeah, there are indeed.
Yes, a black one and a white one. One of which I believe was owned by the lead singer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know which one,
Oh.
but he had one. Obviously, like JK thought, I know we could stick this in a video because again, it doesn't really have any particular context.
Right.
Why there are a black Series 3 XJ and a white Series 3 XJ parked mirror to mirror with a lovely lady writhing around on the bonnets, which clearly would have caused some significant damage with the 80s stilettos. So you'd have to watch that. But
interesting you mentioned that XJ in Whitesnake video. Did you know that in recent years they did a song called something about Kiss Me, which featured the same Jag.
Well, the exact same one.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't remember the name of the guy that was. He kept it, and
okay.
they reused it in one of their new videos. I'm sure that's what the song was called. I'm not a particular Whitesnake fan, but I did see that a while back and think that's quite cool.
That is cool. If it's the exact same one, that's very cool.
Yeah, I think he hung on to it. Yeah, it was I believe it was the white one, going from memory.
Oh, okay, right. So it was the white one that was his then. Oh, right, I
think so.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I don't know why they're in the video. There's no particular reason for it, but
No,
there they are.
no, they're not. I don't know. It's like a weird 80s rock
Yeah.
kind of thing, I suppose. In the same way that Cadillac Escalades are in rap videos.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
There's no real reason for them to be there, but why not? Indeed.
Well, I think with rap videos, it's all about the sort of shameless display of wealth, isn't it?
Ah, yes, you did refer to the bling bling.
Yes, exactly. A little bit of bling bling. Yes, I believe that's exactly how you say it.
Maybe a bit of 80s glam rock is same thing. It's a bit of willy waving with your Jag.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's the V12 and the long bonnet, and because I can't believe a Jag XJ was particularly rock and roll, but I guess it is. It was a luxury car of its time.
Yeah, I think you could argue that a Series 3 is a bit rock and roll.
I think you could now. I don't know about then.
That's a difficult one. And I wonder if we've got any confirmation. Was it a 6 or a 12?
Well, again, I deliberately haven't done an enormous amount of research here, so I don't know. But we could maybe we should just check that now.
It's worth a check. I mean, because
allow me to research.
I think it'd be interesting because I think if he's going for rock and roll only, it would be a 12. But if he's a discerning connoisseur, it'd be a 6.
This is true. You were right about Shut Up and Kiss Me. That was the track. 1986 Jaguar XJ belonged to David Coverdale.
Right, that's him. Good.
That's the first fella. Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't say what sort. One moment. I need to dig deeper.
Oh my.
It was a DD. There it is. Got it. Wearing the number plate WHTSNK.
Wonder what that stands for.
And I'm going to have to work on that. It's tricky. It was indeed a 12.
Oh, right.
And of course, being an American car, it had the wire wheels, which the UK cars didn't get. We had moved on to the pepper pots, but the US cars got the wire wheels from like the had on the E-Type, and I didn't like that at all.
No, I don't like that at all.
Later Jags with the wire wheels. I have actually seen pictures of an X-Type with wire wheels on it.
Gee hell. Do you reckon they're off of like a Series 3 or something like that just have the same stud pattern or something?
I was going to say, I'm amazed they fit, but there you go. It doesn't look right at all.
No,
it's terrible.
No, I suppose they did that though because you go, we'll flog a Jag in America, put some wire wheels on. I think it's terribly British.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? That's the thing. I have just found a fantastic photograph of it that may make it to my desktop background. But
oh dear,
it was a 12. So that answers that little question. Yeah,
excellent, very good.
Not as cool, perhaps, as we might have hoped, but nevertheless,
that's an absolute good. Oh yeah, there's a picture.
There you go. Yeah. It's all going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you can keep your wire wheels.
Yeah, they stopped on the E-Type. Anything later than that, and it just looked weird.
No,
but they were popular in America, and a lot of the later models, it was an option to have the wire wheels. Like you say, it's these quaint British cars.
Oh yeah, yeah, they'll love that.
They love all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can charge them extra for it as well. They'll be all over it.
A fortune for that, and of course, get them. A man can come round and clean them, because Patrick Stewart's XJS, which he bought in 1989, brand new, when he was living in California, filming Star Trek: The Next Generation, has the wire wheels.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, you sent me a picture not so long ago.
Well, it's back in the UK now. It lives in Yorkshire, where he's got a cottage still. Yeah, because it underwent quite a lot of restoration work a couple of years ago in the UK, and it's a left-hand drive, obviously, because he bought it in California. It's got the twin round headlights, as was standard in the US, and the wire wheels, which again I believe at the time were standard, but not in the UK.
Yeah, I can't get on board with that.
No, it doesn't look right, but I guess he's kept it original. That's how it was delivered.
Well, he
It
probably likes it. I mean,
probably made more sense in California than it does here.
yeah. I mean, he's allowed one mistake, isn't he, I suppose?
Well, there you go.
Oh dear.
That car will, of course, be worth a fortune, despite the wire wheels.
Oh, if you've got Jean-Luc Picard's
I was going to say
XJS, sorry.
It's Captain Picard's Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's just
going to sell.
Yeah, it's going to be worth a few quid on its own there.
It is. And I like to think that Jean-Luc would have a Jag.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult to think what he would have had. But
Well,
I mean, it's a strong contender.
In his time frame, there probably aren't any cars.
There's not, but if we lump him into the same sort of time frame that Patrick Stewart's lifespan is occupied, with a name like Jean-Luc Picard, I'd almost want to put him in a Citroen DS.
Oh, that's a very good point. It probably would be, wouldn't it? Although, as we know, he is the most English Frenchman in the universe. But he probably would have a DS, wouldn't he? Yeah, of course he would.
He'd have a boot full of bloody Bordeaux and brie, wouldn't he? He'd be well away.
He would. Weighed down, it would be. Although, of course, the DS was designed to carry Bordeaux and brie, as you quite rightly say.
It's its only purpose. But no, you got to get some baguettes en route as well.
Oh, a few baguettes sticking out the back windows. Absolutely. That's why they made the suspension so clever that you can famously drive it on 3 wheels, because you're going to be too bungalowed to be able to change a tyre. So you got to be able to get home on your 3 wheels.
That's it, yeah. Oh, they were ahead of their time, weren't they?
Only up to 50 miles an hour, but that's fine, because, you're probably going across a field at some point. So
yeah, that's fine. No, I like that.
Right. Strong choice. I had not factored his Frenchness into the equation. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh good God. We're just tangents left, right, and centre here.
Oh, it's all this. I knew this would happen.
Oh, right.
Very good. Who's next? I've forgotten.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna do one. Another one of my favourite tracks, actually. It's another strong song. Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yep, number 6 on my list. Very good.
The Austin Healey 3000.
Yes. What a glorious thing. Yeah, it's again an American version.
Yes.
So slightly tweaked, but yeah. No, a brilliant song and a strong car entry. Yeah. Really good stuff.
I did, yeah. A lovely car. There's a chap who lives around the corner from my parents who's got one. And it's a wonderful thing. His is pristine.
Oh, lovely.
And he doesn't mind you having a poke about. He's very happy to talk about his vehicle.
Oh, I wonder where you were going there for a minute. Yeah, very good.
No, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. No, very good. Yeah, that's a strong choice and a great track.
Yes, yeah,
great track.
Yeah, it's one of those timeless classics. That one.
It's used in quite a few movies, but it's used on the opening of a film which everybody, I think, has probably forgotten. A British film.
Oh, can I have a stab in the dark?
You can.
Is it Peter's Friends?
It is Peter's Friends. Very good. Very good. Top marks, sir. I am impressed. Yes. What a brilliant film. That's one of my all-time favourite films. That
star-studded. That
the all-star cast, British star cast, apart from one, and yeah, really strong movie. But that song is used at the beginning, and I bring that up because in that opening sequence, we see all the various characters arriving at the location where the story largely takes place, and they're all in various different vehicles. And I seem to recall that Hugh Laurie's character is in a Sierra, a late model Sierra.
That sounds correct, actually. It's been a while since I've seen it, but obviously he's quite the family man, isn't it?
But he's quite the family. Yes, he's the family man, and he is the Sierra would have been the family car at that point. Yes, absolutely. There's also, I believe, a Lincoln Town Car because that's what Kenneth Branagh's character arrives in because he's from America.
Oh yes, he's got his
Um,
American wife.
his
I
yeah,
particularly like that scene at the airport where they arrive and he goes to
Mm,
pick up her suitcase and can't.
yes,
The altercation in the airport. What the fuck have you got in here?
wait,
Weights? Yes.
yes, obviously. Yeah, it's a great film. It's a shame
Mm,
more people haven't seen it.
mm.
You always mention Peter's Friends, and nobody that I ever speak to has ever heard of it. So yeah, it's worth seeking out. It's a fantastic film. Not a car film in any way, but there are some nice cars in it.
And
Isn't
it's
I think is there a Land Rover Defender at one point, or am I confusing that with another film?
I don't know. I've not
Can't
watched it
remember.
recent enough to
No, can't
confirm or
remember.
deny. Really,
There's definitely Hugh Laurie is definitely driving a Sierra in it though. A
excellent.
dark blue Sierra, I seem to remember.
I like that. No,
Yes, very good.
but in terms of that film, if we're on a slight music tangent, the entire soundtrack's really quite good.
Oh, I've got the soundtrack. It's I bought it at the time, and it is. Every track is strong. Yeah,
Mm.
some really good music. It's a great movie all round. It's got it all.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one. But yes, the soundtrack generally is really good. But yeah, a strong choice with Tears for Fears and the Austin Healey there. I did have that on my list as well.
Very good. So what's next on your list that
My
I've not inadvertently
next
stolen?
my yes, my list's getting shorter. Um My next is not an artist I'm a particular fan of, and not a track I'm particularly fond of, but nevertheless, it does feature some strong car action.
Okay,
And it's Sheryl Crow, Steve McQueen,
I'm aware of it.
which of
Yes.
course features a bullet Mustang traveling at speed through the streets of San Francisco. So it's a bit of a rip-off of the movie.
Did
And also at
it?
the end of the video, there is a 911 and a Ford GT40.
I was just going to say that was what I was going to say. Wasn't there a GT40 in it?
There was a GT40. All three cars end up on some sort of racetrack. The Bullet Mustang, the 911, and the GT40. Yeah,
Okay, that's yeah. Like you say, it's probably I couldn't call myself a fan of it, but it's
not at all. I'm not a fan of hers, and I don't think it's a particularly good track. But nevertheless, that wasn't the
the
point.
car. No, the
Um,
car is present, or
The
cars
car is
are
present,
present.
yeah. It's a Bullet Mustang, and they got it right in that it is the correct model of Mustang. It's the correct color, and they got the very unusual detail right in that it doesn't have any badging.
It's a nice touch.
The leaper, or the prancing horse, rather, not the leaper, the prancing horse is missing from the front grille. It's just a plain black mesh grille. There's no chrome work, there's no badging. And
Nicely done.
That made that car quite unusual.
Yeah, no, it's quite standout when you see it in the film.
Yeah,
I think it's noticeable that those
it
things
is.
are absent.
There's no
And
badging. I don't know why that was the case.
well, I don't know for certain, but I would assume Mr. McQueen specified.
Oh, I would think. Yes,
And
absolutely. Yes.
and just for just to be entirely complete and informative, it was a '68 Mustang.
Very good. Well, you're a bit more up on the classic Stang than myself, but yes. Well, it was the film '68. I think it was, wasn't it?
Oh, God, no! I'll have to bow to your knowledge on that one. I cannot remember off the top of
I
my
think
head.
so. I hate us to be factually incorrect on this podcast.
You are correct. I've just looked it up.
You've got that.
68. All is well.
68. Thought it was. Yes, no sign of the Bullet Charger, however. That is notable by its absence.
Well, interestingly, though, the cars that they did pick for that video were cars that Steve McQueen actually drove.
True. And the title of the song is a clue. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So, no, it's a strong choice. I mean, like you say, not particularly. Well, I'm not saying to say it's a bad song. It's not for me.
No, and I'm not a particular fan of her work, but that wasn't the point of the question.
No.
It's I didn't ask us to pick tracks that we necessarily liked, merely ones with strong car action, and that is there. So
It is indeed.
very
So
good.
that leads me on to another car track, which this one I do actually like. It's The Cardigans, my favourite game, which
Ooh.
features the utterly battered Cadillac Eldorado convertible.
Very good. I
Which
was unaware of this one.
she just spends the entire video sat driving it. And it's a notable video in the sense that it was banned a lot or had to be heavily edited, because at the end of it there are various scenarios where the car crashed and the lead singer's name, I cannot remember her name for the life of me, comes to a gory end in all the different variations of it.
Oh dear.
And obviously this was cool, late 90s, so it was in the sort of MTV sweet spot when MTV was actually still showing music videos. Well, it's true though. Now it's teen mums and catfishing and things like that.
Well, those activities are fine, but it's not the same thing. Yes, I agree.
Yes, it's very difficult to call it music television.
Yes.
I think the M stands for mediocre now.
Mediocre television.
Yes.
Yep, I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah. But yes, it was obviously none of those endings were ever broadcast, really.
No, I imagine they wouldn't be.
No. I don't even think I've seen all of them. I've only read about them and seen the odd screenshot.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can't beat an Eldorado. I mean, for pure cheese, it's there, isn't it?
Well, it was. We're not talking curvy and fins. It's a 74. We're talking angles.
Yeah, they went a different way, didn't they?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a particularly ropey one, but fantastic song, and yeah, they're just. I mean, it's a car throughout, but it's very good.
Yeah, good. Strong choice.
Oh.
Strong choice. I hadn't got that one.
Very good. That's right. I've not stolen one of yours. So
no, you have not. You have not.
Please feel free to regale me with another.
I'm staying 80s.
Oh, please do.
This one also maybe won't come as a surprise, but Huey Lewis and the News, The Power of Love, which features the DeLorean time machine.
It does indeed.
The actual one. And Christopher Lloyd, in fact.
Yes, you're not your standard actor for a music video, but in this particular instance, quite important.
There he is. Yes, absolutely. Yes, he arrives in the time machine at a Huey Lewis concert. They're playing The Power of Love, which of course was written for Back to the Future.
It was indeed.
Yes.
Would you like a little fact to go along with that?
Always.
Did you know that Huey Lewis and the News were given the song? Well, I mean, I don't know. I think they wrote the song themselves. What I mean is they were given the opportunity to be the soundtrack for the film because they got a bit dicked over on the Ghostbusters soundtrack, which they were actually meant to do.
I've heard this story, but I heard it slightly differently in that they turned down Ghostbusters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that it was a conscious decision that they didn't want to do it.
Oh, I see. No, it's interesting because I'd heard it was to basically avoid some lawsuits. They said, oh yeah, have this one instead.
Okay.
That's interesting. I mean, both. I'm happy with both as a story.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I got it from a program I watched about Huey Lewis, and it said that he had been offered Ghostbusters, but for whatever reason didn't want to do it at the time and turned it down.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Because they also said he was offered quite a lot of money to do a series of commercials for Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson had just signed some sort of $5 million contract for Pepsi, and they offered Huey Lewis in the News, which sounds silly now, putting them in the same context as Michael Jackson, but at their height, they were big. You sort of forget that now. You sort of dismiss them as a bit of a sort of typical 80s nonsense band, but at their height, they were huge. And they were, he turned down this because he didn't want to do a series of commercials. He turned down Coca-Cola and he turned down Ghostbusters. They were a little sketchy on the details as to why he might have done that. Clearly, they wouldn't have been commercial decisions.
No, that's interesting because he's from what we've learned then, they do have a few opinions about what they do. There's another interesting story actually that when American Psycho was being filmed and edited, in the scene where Patrick Bateman absolutely annihilates a colleague of his in his flat. He puts on "Hip to Be Square."
He does, yes. He does. I was aware of that. Yes.
And the production company asked Huey Lewis, "Can we use your song? And we'll festoon you with cash in the usual fashion."
Yes.
And went, "Yeah, fine." And then saw the film and was livid that it got used in that context.
In that context, because that's not at all what he was about. Yeah.
No.
I'd heard that. Yeah. I also heard that as part of the turning down Ghostbusters, but then choosing to accept Back to the Future, part of the deal was that he had to appear in the movie. Which again, Ghostbusters weren't prepared to do, but Back to the Future were, and he is in the movie very briefly.
Battle of the Bands, wasn't it? Yeah,
well, that's right. And he stands up, "I'm sorry, you're just too darn loud." So, I don't know what sort of truth there is behind any of that, but it is a fact that he did do Back to the Future and he didn't do Ghostbusters. So.
It's just facts left, right, and centre here today, isn't it?
Oh, it's all going on, isn't it? It's all going on. Now, this is off at a complete tangent, but it is sort of movie, video, and song related. There is a Coldplay song which recently was fairly new, last couple of years, that features a little bit of dialogue from Back to the Future.
Oh, does it?
Yes, and I'm having said that, I now can't remember the name of the track.
I'll
but
have to vouch your knowledge.
Michael J. Fox also appeared on stage with Coldplay at a concert, I think in New York, at which they played Johnny Be Good. And he, obviously he played on guitar. Apparently, Chris Martin's son is a huge Back to the Future fan. And they had this opportunity to play with Michael J. Fox for the Fox Foundation. And he played on stage with Coldplay doing Johnny Be Good. It's on YouTube. It's amazing.
That's excellent.
It's really worth seeking out. And apparently this sample in the song, again, is because Chris Martin's son is a huge Back to the Future fan. Everyday Life is the track.
Okay. Right. I'm not a colossal Coldplay fan, but I will look that up.
You're not, and I know you're not. I am, but that's fine. You don't have to be to appreciate that little fact.
There you go. As well, while we're on the Johnny Be Good tangent there, being that I do quite like a guitar or two. I do. On stage,
you're a bit of a strummer.
I get that a lot. You're like this as well. The Gibson ES 345 that he uses on stage in 1955 wasn't actually introduced until 1958. Oh dear!
Oh, you're one of those. I think you'll find. Don't ever rewatch Life on Mars or Ashes to Ashes. You will be a gibbering wreck by the end of it.
No, well, I do like them, and I just take a step back because
You
it's,
have to.
it's
You
gentle
have to.
television, and the majority of it, it's fine.
It is. Occasionally, the cars are a little bit askew. Yeah.
Well, and let's gloss over the one where they clearly had a brain fart in editing, and there's a 96 Rover 600 sat on the street.
That's quite. Yes, there are many issues with cars in those series, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
That's not. We're off again.
We are. We could do a whole episode on Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes.
We could. Right. Okay. I'm going to bring it back. It's going to
Please do.
It's going to be a music video, and this one is Prince. And Sexy MF is how they wrote it. That's not what he sings in the song.
No.
And the car in question is a BMW 8 Series.
I don't recall that, but that's a cracking car.
See, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I think it was yellow. I think.
Okay. That would be an unusual colour.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. There's a part of me that thinks that, as well as the BMW, I think there was another vehicle in it, and I believe it was one of your favourites. It was a Mitsubishi Starion.
Oh, we've covered that before.
We have, but yeah, I think that
Lovely.
that was to the side in the video. But yeah,
very good. See, you don't associate Prince with cars, do you? Particularly?
Not really. No.
No.
No, he's all about the tunes normally, but no, that happens to be.
That's very good.
Some cars in that particular video.
That's very good. I like that.
Yes, where he's talking about people who fornicate with mothers.
Yeah, he does in that song, doesn't he? Yes,
it gets quite heavily.
Very, very rude. Yes. Cannot countenance such behaviour. However,
no. Never up to such things.
No. Nevertheless, here's a little thing that's car related to the phrase "sexy MF."
Please, yeah.
Our friend Mr. Musk of late has said that the next model of Tesla will be the Model M because he already has the Model S, the Model 3 or E,
if you like,
to be the Model E, but Ford wouldn't let him have it. Model X, Model Y, so therefore the next model must be Model M, and then there will be a Model F. The models spell out sexy MF.
He's childish, but I like it.
He'll do it.
Yeah,
he'll absolutely do it.
Yeah, I can't fault his technique there.
But the reason we have a Model 3 is that Ford would not let him use Model E. He did ask them, but they said, no, we own that. You're not having it. So he used 3 instead. So as he famously said on stage, Ford killed sex.
Oh, dear. They're not going to start using that in their advertising, are they?
Oh, well, Ford aren't. I wouldn't know. Well, Tesla don't do any advertising, but if they did...
Oh, yeah, they'd be all over that.
Elon would make some mention of it. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, dear. Have we got anything left on your list, or have I stolen it all?
No, there is more.
Okay, how many you got left?
I've got one left.
Oh, good. I've got one left as well. That's
work out beautifully.
Tie up nicely. That.
Oh, we're all over this. So this is. I can mention a specific track, but this particular car appears in a number of this particular artist's videos. It was a bit of a theme.
Okay.
And it's ZZ Top. And I will specifically mention the track Double Back. But as I say, the car appears in a number of their videos, and it's a 1933 Ford Coupe Eliminator model.
Oh, is it a bit of a hot rod type affair?
It's a hot rod. It's a chopped roof, lowered. Yeah, all the fiddling going on there.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they could get the beards in there, to be honest.
Well, it's got long doors. Um, and
Put
and
some in
they
the back.
and remember they always lean off to one side, don't they? So it's and
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I have driven a car dressed as ZZ Top, so well, not all three of them, obviously.
Oh, good heavens! I've seen the photo.
You have myself and my girlfriend at the time, Emma. Yes, we appeared as ZZ Top for a certain charity event, and we were driving a car. So yes,
Oh
all the
dear.
beards in the steering wheel. Um,
Oh
and
dear.
I mentioned Double Back because that was from Back to the Future Part 3, and the music
Oh
video
yeah.
does also feature the DeLorean Time Machine, the railroad version, but only in clips from the movie. They don't actually have it. But
Ah,
the
right.
original footage in the video does feature their 1933 Ford Coupe.
Okay. Very good.
So
But like you say, that
there's
does
four or
crop up.
five tracks. Sharp Dressed Man it appears in, and yeah, a number of their tracks have that car
Hmm.
in it. So
Excellent choice.
there we go. Strong
Yeah.
ZZ Top action there.
Yes, very good. And
Yes.
uh, I shall round off for us with a Billy Ocean track.
Oh,
Get out of my dreams, get into my car.
oh, of course, of course. Very
uh,
good.
which features a 911 Turbo Cabriolet.
Now you've
Uh,
said that, I can picture it. Yeah,
yeah, the white one.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Of course, all the 80s.
oh yeah, perfect. That it's it's an all right track actually, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
yeah, it'll do. I'm not a colossal Billy Ocean fan, but that one leapt
I'm
into the
not.
brain.
But
But
again, it's not a bad track, and that's not what this was about. So that's
no,
really good. We've leaned heavy on the 80s, haven't we?
well, that's where all the treats are, isn't it?
It's true. It's where all the best music comes from. As we know. There we go.
Well,
Controversial.
oh dear. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's quite cool. I mean, it's like you say, 80s. It's a bit indulgent, isn't it? Because nowadays things rather other than your rap videos are less self-indulgent, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the newest track on our list there is Sting Stolen Car. Everything else is older than that. You just
Um,
don't get it so much anymore, do you? I suppose.
no, there's something that I'd like to add
Ooh,
before we round off.
an honourable mention.
It's because this is a strange way of going about it. You know that we've said this before. I'm a Pink Floyd perv.
You've got a
Um,
bit of a problem there. Yeah.
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 In the early '90s, David Gilmour and Nick Mason, Nick Mason is a colossal car guy,
Oh, massive. Yeah, yeah.
enormous.
He's custom ordering stuff all over the place. He is.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he owns a 250 GTO with the 250 GTO number plate.
Oh dear, that's got to be worth more than the car.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh no, maybe not in that case.
No,
No,
no. What are we up
it's
to
worth
now?
a
But
lot though.
we're up to about 70 million now.
Oh, bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, in the early '90s, him and Gilmour took part in a classic car race in Mexico
Okay.
called Carrera Panamericana. Sorry.
Carrera Panamericana. Yes, I can see why you would mispronounce that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I got all over that. And they filmed it. Interestingly, during the race, Gilmour had a bit of a crash and I think broke his arm.
Okay.
Because his co-driver or map reader or whatever they were, because it was a road race. It's not like colossal speeds, but easy to make a boo boo. Yeah, Gilmour crashed, broke his arm, and I think it was his co-driver was their then manager at the time. He broke his leg.
Oh
That's
no.
not so good. But however, they filmed it, and Pink Floyd did the soundtrack to the footage. It included pre-existing songs, but they wrote original material to go over it as well.
Oh wow! Okay.
So,
very good.
Yeah, I think, as I recall, it's been a while since I listened to that or watched that at all. Actually, it was about half and half of tracks that already existed and new material that they recorded. They basically watched the footage and played over it.
Okay. Oh, well, that's best way. Yeah, edit to the video. Yeah.
So that's a little nod there.
Very good.
Just again, I'll keep the tangent going a little bit there for the Pink Floyd thing. During the moon landings in '69, the BBC asked Pink Floyd to play live over the TV shots that were being beamed back.
I think I've heard this. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. They were there in the studio and just improvising over what they saw coming back from the moon's surface.
That's real skill, isn't it? And to be able to concentrate on that whilst watching some of the most important film that has ever been taken.
Yeah.
A truly momentous moment in history to be able to concentrate on not only playing your instrument, but on the fly coming up with music. I mean, that's incredible.
It's pretty cool. And like you say, over footage that's quite important, and you're going to have some sort of reaction while you're watching that.
Some of the most amazing film ever taken. Yeah. The first time that man was on the moon. And but you can't concentrate on that. You gotta play your instruments and come up with the music to play that matches to the film.
But you think, well, that's actually, if you're going to get a band in, they're probably the right sort of ballpark.
They probably handle it, can't they? Yeah.
Well, you'd hope they've got the talent, but in terms of the type of genre, I think it quite suits a bit of a moon landing.
Yeah, well, you couldn't have Johann Strauss, could you? So that's wow, amazing. Yes, I did. I think I knew that. I sort of slipped it into long-term storage. Yeah, amazing. I can't say I'm a massive fan, but I don't find it objectionable. A bit like you, and I don't know, because you do find Coldplay objectionable.
Well, keep it a lot. Don't set me off.
That's a bad example. Yes. I thought a fine selection of tracks there, sir.
Yeah, I think we've both done very well there, mate.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there was some crossover.
Well, there's always going to be. I mean, when you've got JK rolling out his glorious vehicles, it's just going to happen, isn't it?
It's not surprised that we both picked a JK track. No. Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.